Right, Carla is going to kill me, but I've got a solution for the fuel tank problem. 200 litre drum. Get this bad boy filled up and worry about how to get rid of it later. Just scared now. Hello and welcome back to our Corvette project, episode 3. We are filming this from the future. The footage that you're about to see on this video is, we filmed it a couple of weeks ago before I went on holiday. And I just wanted to insert this clip just to address a few things going forward. So the first thing I wanted to say was I want a massive thanks to our new subscribers. We just weren't expecting such a huge response on this video, and I know there's been quite a lot of media stuff on it, like there's a Haggerty blog that talks about the car, etc., which has really helped, not to mention, you know, Johnny's channel being what it is. So big thanks to all the new subscribers, and we feel like we have a duty of care now to produce good quality content for you. So we've invested in mics that work, and we're going to use a better camera for filming going forward. But for the next, say, this video and probably most of next video, there will sort of be shaky cameras and probably not great audio. So just bear with us on it and we'll get better. I mean, we've gone from 600 subscribers, me producing content with Chris, where to be fair, we hadn't put much effort in because there was no real reason to. We just did it as a hobby, but now we're taking it seriously and we're going to get really good at this. So as you watch the subsequent episodes, you'll see that the quality of the production and the audio and everything will be improved. I know we did have a lot of comments about bad audio and we were aware of that, but because it was filmed on iPhones and we just, you know, we're just doing it by hand and stuff, it was tricky to get the filming right.
Trying to film stuff whilst doing it at the same time.
So we'll use a good quality camera on a tripod and try and have much more steady shots and much better audio. Obviously I am filming out on a drive and I live on quite a busy road, so the traffic noise is always going to be a little bit of a problem, but I'm hoping that with video editing software I can learn how to reduce the background noise, etc. Comments, thank you so much for all your comments. We've been trying to reply to every single one of you, just to show that we do appreciate your support, and we've got a few things that we just wanted to address that came up quite commonly. So you were going to mention...
One of the ones was the whole egg crate bonnet lining. Yeah, that is coming out for sure.
Yeah.
It's I've tried to peel a bit away and it's incredibly sticky and it just kind of disintegrates as you peel it away. But we're going to find a way to get that off. It's horrible.
That's going to be, I think that's going to be a bonnet off job.
Do it on the floor.
The next thing is people talking about resprays. We've decided that we probably think that we're going to paint the car. Obviously that's going to not happen anytime soon. We need to get it running and MOT'd and everything first. So the cosmetics will be last. But if you've got any ideas about paintwork, maybe colour change, mods, different type of exhaust, we're keeping the standard wheels because we love them. But if you think of, like, you know, a colour combo that might work on the wheels, let us know about that.
And the other
go on.
Lots of comments on the interior. Why do we clean that first? You're kind of wearing a C4, you really are. It's like wearing a jacket almost. Pretty gross to get in and out without doing something, but there is a lot more cleaning to go. It's not a job done on the interior, definitely not. There's loads more to do and get into the dashboard and clean all the mould out.
You'll see in that last episode that, like, it was cleaner, but all of the nooks and crannies were still quite dirty. All we wanted to do was clean it to a base level so that when we sit in it, we're not getting mould on our clothes and stuff like that. So that it wasn't like supposed to be a detailing thing. It was just
make it less gross.
It was just to make it less gross to work around, and it's come up really well. But yeah, we do think it needs painting. Interior is fully salvageable. So
the next thing is getting it running, isn't it? We've got to try and get it running.
Got to try and get it running. That's the first thing to do.
And the last thing is brakes.
So in the video that you're about to see, we are going to test the injectors. We're going to take the plenum off, test the starter motor, and you know that the starter motor works because you'll have already seen Johnny's video, but we'd filmed it and we thought we'd just, put it into episode 3 so you could see what the steps were to get to that. And it's probably about it for this video. But the next video, what will we be doing in the next video?
Delving into the fuel system.
Oh yes, the fuel tank.
Getting the fuel system sorted.
And, check this out, open the door, Chris.
Wow. Ignore the
we've got about
tools.
1,300 quid's worth of Rock Auto parts, so you can't see the other box, but underneath that big box is another box, and we have got absolutely loads of stuff to get cracking with. We've got we'll reveal it in another video, but
mega service.
Yeah, we have bought lots of parts, so that's all to come as well. Anyway, we hope you enjoy this episode, and like I said, they're going to get better and better. The production's going to be improved, and eventually we'll be making really good quality content. But for now, just bear with us while we learn, and we promise that we'll get the car running. We're going to fully restore it and make America great again.
Yeah. Or Corvette C4, this particular one anyway.
And
this tyre's flat on both sides currently, but it won't be eventually.
Well, we're going to buy some brand new tyres, obviously.
Obvious.
But yeah, just bear with us, guys, and I hope you enjoy this episode. Stick around for more. Leave a comment, give us a like, tell your friends about it, and we'll see you around.
All the bolts are out. We'll see what's underneath this plenum, hopefully. I reckon it'll just lift off. There you go, done. What? The first peak.
First impressions, it's not horrendous.
No.
So just check that there's nothing stopping that and getting in the way of that back end. It feels like there's resistance there.
I think it's just the wiring loom, I think. There you go. I think you passed the resistance.
So, there's two connectors here. It's really important not to break.
One's been removed without breaking.
So I reckon if you just be really careful with these.
Because we need to just bring it over here.
And you want to lift the whole thing out. Oh, hang on a sec.
Anything?
That just needs to go under there. Got it? And then, yeah, turn it upside down. And then just rest it on the tyre as well.
So if that just sits there,
Yeah.
we're okay. That's it.
Excellent.
It's off. I'll get a new one of these, but actually the gasket's looking in good condition, so I'll just talk.
Got to get those holes covered up. I want to test all the vacuum lines and obviously clean all the connections. It doesn't look too bad though, does it?
It's not.
I think the.
Yeah.
No, you know what?
Right.
I think the starter will be knackered, but the rest of it doesn't look horrendous.
Yeah, it's not very sticky. It's tape.
As long as it's covering it, it should be okay. Started disassembling these coil packs. This should just slide out now. Hopefully. He says.
It's coming.
Is it coming? If this doesn't come off, we'll have to just. Oh, hang on.
Just yank on it. That's the nice of it.
I just don't want to snap any fragile.
Anything else?
But I don't want to serrate any cables, break any vacuum lines, etc. That's it. Done.
Perfect. Put that in a safe place.
Chris has gone for a gypsy's kiss. There is the starter motor. And there's a little bit of what looks like nesting material down there. That hot post for the battery, which is just there, isn't looking brilliant. Let's have a look at this connector. Oh, hang on. I can see rodent damage. Yep, definitely rodent damage. So that needs to be re-insulated. They haven't chewed through the whole cable, but we've definitely got a little bit of rodent damage going on there, so I'll have to do something with that. Maybe put some heat shrink on it or something. God knows. And what we're going to do is we're going to get the multimeter and test that trigger and see if we've got power to the starter. If we haven't got power to the starter, that'll be why it's not working. I've just found rodent damage to the trigger wire for the starter.
It looked a bit like that to me.
I think what we ought to do is get the vacuum cleaner on that and just suck all that out.
Yeah, this is the issue, isn't it?
But I don't know, it's one of the issues. Right, I'm going to suck that house out of there. That little mouse house.
It's got to be evacuated.
Being a dentist. So the first thing I'm going to do is verify that we've got 12 volts on the hot post. Chris has just connected the battery. Don't know if I can do this one-handed. Well, we've got 10 volts, so 11 volts, but that's with a really shitty ground, so that's looking good. So this is the trigger wire to the starter, so I'm just going to put 12 volts, well, put my probe on there. Right then, Chris, try and start it. Yes. Yeah, we've got 12 volts at the trigger. So that means the starter motor's probably US. So let's get the starter motor out now. How are you getting on, Chris? Is it, have you got any of them off?
No, there's no way of getting on them very easily.
Getting on what?
The ones at the back. I'm trying to think, there's not really any room.
What, the starter bolts?
Yeah.
You've only got 2. I reckon you could easily get on that.
It's not easy.
Do you want me to have a go? So I've got those bolts out, and Chris is now going to go ahead with the divorce of the starter motor. There it comes.
Nearly there.
That's it. Gently extract it. Yeah, that looks pretty shitty, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not great.
And that's the space there. So I reckon we should bench test that bad boy. It's not stuck. To be honest, that plenum's so easy to take off. If this was working, even though it seems pointless keeping it, I'd be willing to chuck it back in, even if it meant, you know, temporary, just using it temporary so that we can crack on with the rest of the car.
Wasn't a big deal. I think it'll work.
Let's have a look at it.
You know, it's not actually that bad once you get the dirt off it. Really, it's not actually that bad. It's all free, look.
Yeah, so do you think it just needs energising a few times to bring it back to life?
I think it'll just work, yeah.
Right, go and get your jump leads then, let's give it a whirl. Moment of truth then, Chris. Ready?
That works.
I'm going to say that works. Sounds alright, doesn't it?
Doing starter motor things, isn't it?
T.
so much cleaning the V, isn't it?
Yeah, that's fine to clean in the V. Clean that V, baby. How are you getting on?
Moved it out, cleaned up the starter motor.
Is it looking good? Oh, you cleaned the starter motor as well?
Yeah.
I was just going to come out and do that. Where is it? You know, for now, I think that'll be fine, that starter motor.
Yeah, I'm not as... Made in Japan.
Yeah. 12 volt.
That's why it doesn't work.
I mean, you could
it does work.
you could disassemble it and clean the brushes, but I don't want to.
And this is, if you look at that bit only,
Yeah.
then essentially it's brand new.
Apart from that, it's 30 odd years.
You just look at those bits.
No, but it seemed to clean up nicely, didn't it? I think it just needed a bit of energy through its arse.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know why.
We'll get that back in then, shall we?
I don't know why it's not doing anything.
I don't know. Now we know that the starter motor's working, we've just loosely placed it back in there. Obviously got to repair that wire and whatnot. Say loosely placed, it's buttoned in. So shall we see if we can get it to crank now? Let's see what happens. So, see if we get anything. Yes! We've got crankage.
Didn't sound that good.
Do it again. You know why it didn't sound very good? It's because the masking tape's on this.
Oh, okay.
Right, I'll take that off.
I just mean it wasn't galloping a bit.
Do it again.
That's smooth, that's better.
That sounds alright, doesn't it?
Sounds okay, yeah.
Go again. That sounds pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
Mate, I'm well happy with that.
Start.
Look at my shit hair. Right. Well, I think we can call that progress. And
To get a good start.
we'll drink these, tidy up and call it a day.
Yeah.
I think you might be a little bit hopeful on it starting when we put it back together, but you never know. So if you want to see this car run, like and subscribe. That is huge progress. Because of course it means that now we know that all the wiring that's delivering power to that
We
starter
also need to tidy that wire.
is okay. We've got to tidy all of this up.
Yeah, there's some significant cleaning and
So-
things to do under there before putting that.
That's fine. I don't really mind about that.
We can get that looking mint.
But the main thing is, it turns over. Happy
And
days.
it was turning over in a regular beat as well. It wasn't.
No, that's right, yeah.
It was regular.
Obviously, we're going to lose. We've got to get a new gasket.
Yeah, it might be a
So-
vacuum leak there.
Another day in paradise. Chris has come down in the C5. Shall we have a quick look at it? It looks mega on the new wheels, doesn't it? Does it drive differently?
Yeah, it's a bit. The new tyres have improved it. Definitely. Ancient tyres to new Michelin's.
2 3-pedal Corvettes.
Yeah. In the UK, that's pretty rare.
That is pretty rare, isn't it?
Got me freedom spanners.
Got your freedom spanners.
So,
Excellent. That's what we like. That is what we like. So, what do you think then? Injectors out first?
Right. I'm just going to measure the resistance of all the injectors. They're supposed to be about 12 ohms, give or take.
Oh, we could do that in situ. In fact, we could. They don't need to come out.
They don't need to come out to do that, no.
I'll start by just soaking the connectors in a bit of jungle juice, so that we're not going to break anything. And then yeah, we'll just pop these looms off
That's much better.
and give them a test. And then the other thing I've got to try and do is the battery off.
It's just coming off.
We'll do
Yep.
something with that, because that's not good. So this is a temporary fix just for now, because we don't want it arcing on anything or just shorting out. But we will do a proper repair on this, obviously. Some people would just leave this like this. I've seen worse. Oh, that'll do, won't it? At least it can't short out on anything now. Look at that, it's as good as new. No, joking aside, we'll definitely replace that cable. You struggling there, Chris?
Now you took my big screwdriver.
I've got all mine out. Right, so now we've got a working meter. Let's test some of these resistances. So we're expecting what, 13 ohms roughly on each one?
12 or 13, something like that.
Do you want to just buzz them with 12 volts?
No harm, is there? I don't know.
I think we do that, yeah.
See if they click.
I've got some speaker wire.
Yeah.
So just connect it. If you hold it on the battery, I'll just...
Yeah.
Yeah? Cool. 7. They're all clicking. They've all got the same resistance. Therefore, there's a good chance that the injectors are all right. So what we'll do is
I think put the thing back on and see if we've got spark.
I reckon so. I think put it all back together loosely, and see if we've got some spark.
Put the coils in.
Yep.
Pull the spark plug out and see if there's any spark on crank.
Yep. Feeling positive?
More and more so.
Do I need to put the jacket of optimism on?
Might be too early for that.
It might be.
I'll go on and check them again.
You should be able to see the spring clip should be in a certain position. Put this one on.
Oh, had a ringing sound there. What was that?
That was the clip falling off this.
Was it?
Into the cylinder.
Has it?
Might have done.
Perfect.
Might need to get the bore scope on that bad boy.
I heard a ringing sound.
Right, can't take any chances. What a nightmare, I dropped that stupid clip into the bloody, on top of that valve. Yeah, luckily with the bore scope and a bit of fiddling around with the bass string, as you can see, I managed to just get it out, but I was so lucky that it came out, because that would have been an absolute nightmare. So yeah, the bore scope really came in handy though, it paid for itself I think, several times over. The injectors are all back on after that saga. Starter motor's back in.
So basically we're at the point where we did nothing at the beginning.
Yeah, pretty much. But because I'm a twat, I dropped that thing down there. Shall we?
Well, we are verified the injectors.
And I've got my own little work seat here. Look,
No, that's not bad.
it's ideal.
Like a Triumph Spitfire.
So if you want to pass me some bits, the ignition stuff, yeah, we'll do that. Right, so I've got to form the marriage to get this back in without this. Ignition coils are back on, leads are back on. Spin that bracket round. See my little bodge wiring repair there. One day that will have a nice new bit of loom on it.
It's no big deal taking this off though, is it? So
No.
it's only taking about an hour and a half.
That is a nice little mouse hole actually. I can see why you lived in there.
Yeah, it's alright, isn't it? Summer home, you're coming back up on the fields, just winter home,
Yeah.
and think, where's it gone?
You're not going to be getting killed by a cat in there, are you? That's for sure. And that's the end of episode 3. So yeah, just to recap, we're cranking, the starter motor works, don't know how long for, but at the minute it's working. Injectors, they're all looking like it's promising, but we don't know until, you know, further progress is made. And in the next episode, we're going to be going over the fuel system, changing the fuel pumps, the fuel filter, testing for clean fluid coming out of these lines, and we're going to use a pressure tester to make sure that the fuel pressure is within spec. And then we can really look at whether or not it's sparking, and if it is sparking, are all of the coil packs working properly, etc. And at that point, there should be no reason, I think it's fair to say, why it shouldn't run. So we're hoping episode 4, maybe episode 5, the car's going to be running. Wouldn't that be great?
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
It cranks lovely.
It sounds healthy when it
sounds
cranks.
really nice. Yeah. So fingers crossed.
So thanks for watching so far, and catch you for the next one.